Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing a draw my life video, as you've seen from the title. But yeah, so according to Google, I was born on a Thursday because obviously I wouldn't know that unless somebody told me, because how can I remember that far? I was born on the 29th of February. That makes me a leap year baby. This little cartoon is what I'm going to be using to represent myself throughout the video because hey, well, why not? Isn't it cute? Obviously, since being a very small baby is all a blur, even this is a blur, I'm just going to start here. So we'll call this Little Kel. Me and my parents, or my parents and I, because I obviously had no decision, moved into the house that my mom still currently lives in. I'm going to call it the Big Blue House for this video's sake, so it's just easy for you to remember. So in the Big Blue House, that's where I met my first friend. Her name is Nicole, and we still are friends. We're not as close as we used to be, but she's always there, and I'm always here for her. But she lived right next door to me my whole life. So now we're going to get into the school part. So from kindergarten to fourth grade, I went to a school named St. Agnes. It was actually a Catholic school. And I used to wear a uniform every single day with little tights or little white, those like rolly socks that roll over. And the black buckle shoes, and I was just so innocent and cute. Well, I wouldn't say innocent, but we'll say cute. But anyways, one memory that I do remember as a child, like off the bat, was these Amish people who came to build a shed in my backyard. Okay, so my dad obviously had somebody come to my house. They didn't just show up, but there was like 20 of them, okay? They all had wood in their hands, like ready to build. And they didn't have shoes on, and they had the fattest toes ever. Like, that's all I remember. Well, not all. You'll see what else I remember. They just were ready to build the shed. They built it from scratch, from like the grass up. They didn't need a base. They didn't anything. They did it all by themselves. That's skill. But one thing I remember is that plane right there. When it flew by, that wood was not in their hands anymore. It was all over the ground, all over their toes. They didn't care. And they were just so hypnotized by this plane. Like, they've never seen it before, and now I know that, but I didn't understand because I seen the plane all the time when I was younger. So I was like, why are they so amazed? It's just a plane. But the second thing I remember is them Cheetos. So, this huge bowl of Cheetos, and I'm just munching away. You know, this kid who doesn't have a clue about what's going on, just eating these Cheetos, okay? In 5 minutes, they were gone. The entire huge bowl of my Cheetos were gone. And I did not understand why, but apparently Amish people do not eat Cheetos or know what they are. This is not against Amish people, by the way. I just didn't understand. I do understand now that they live a different like lifestyle that I do, so that's why. But I was amazed, okay? So the accuracy of my timing may be a little off because I'm not really sure what order these events go in. But my parents did end up breaking up, and of course that's like the ultimate hurt for a child, especially when they're only like 7 or 8. And my whole world just crashed. Like, I just felt like nothing was ever going to be the same. And like, all I wanted was for my mom and dad to get back together. But I mean, I'm not the only kid that went through it. So I did get through it. It was just a major heartbreak in my life. But we aren't going to talk about that anymore because that's not what everybody wants to see this video for. So, like I said, this timing may not be like 1,000% accurate, but it's pretty close. So we're gonna talk about when I went back to school. So I went to a public school now, and I went to performing arts. I graduated from there, and that's when I really started getting into like the idea of dance, and I really loved it. Like, I love being on stage. I love performing. It was like a way to like express myself, and like, I don't know, I just fell for it, and I created a very, very humongous passion for it. So that was just something I did all the time. Unfortunately, right before I graduated, I had to stop dancing outside of school because I just didn't have enough time. I was always working and trying to make money and stuff. I mean, I still dance in school, but once I did graduate, I didn't dance at all, and since then I haven't. But I mean, it happened, so can't really do anything about it. Now to talk about some interesting and fun facts, I guess, about myself, because this is where all the tragedy started. So, on my 16th birthday, I got my permit, and in New York State, you're required to wait 6 months before you get your license. So, that's what I did. And that very day that I was able to get my license, I did. And I ended up driving to Darien Lake. And yeah, that's exactly what I did the first day I got my license. And my car's name was Lola. She was a 96 Grand Dam. She was gold. And I loved that car so much. Oh God, I just loved that car. It was my first car. I thought it was the hottest crap walking. Not really, but I just felt so lucky because, like, a lot of my friends didn't have cars. I had a car. I just felt, like, blessed, you know? But that is the beginning of my now 5 car list as of recently. Thank you. So, number 1 was Lola, which I just explained. Number 2 was a car that I called Scooter. It was a 96 Saturn. It was red, but that car was just going downhill. Horrible car. My third car was my Volvo. Didn't name them after that because it was just like, why am I naming my cars if I can't even really develop a relationship with them? But it was silver. It was an '02. It was a great car. My previous car from this one was a Kia Optima. It was a really great car also. And now my current car is a new Mercedes-Benz. It's not new. It is new to me. Let me stop lying. It's now 2011, so it's still new to me, and I love it, so it doesn't matter. But Lola got into a car crash. Um, that was a no fault, so that's what happened to her. Scooter was parked outside my mom's house, well, the big blue house, and I was not even at home. It was parked, and some lady was driving way too fast and pushed Scooter 3 doors down on the lawn. So my mom called me and said, somebody hit your car. And I'm like, what are you talking about? No, they didn't. And then, yeah, somebody really hit my car and totaled it. So, a couple months later, I got the Volvo, and it was a great car. That was the longest car I've ever had. Like, it lasted me the longest, and it was great. Rode nice, 4-wheel drive. Had all the cool stuff in it. But I was driving to my job to get my mom some ginger ale, and the tire fell off. That's me clapping if you didn't know that. So yeah, I went to dealership the very next day. No, that day, but I got the car the very next day. That's when I got the Kia. And just recently, like not even a month ago, a man blew a stop sign and made me crash into this huge firebox or wire box. I don't really know what it was, and totaled my car. Thank God I wasn't hurt. I will 1,000% say I am extremely blessed because I should have or could have really died. But I wasn't hurt. I don't believe he was hurt either. And yeah, but I had to get a new car because that was totaled, just like the other ones. So that's when I went car shopping, and I bought my white Mercedes Benz. So that's what I'm driving right now. After paying the consequences, I believe that I deserved it, and at a 20-year-old age, I believe that having a Mercedes Benz is it's a little bit of a spice, but I mean, I take on the responsibility and fully aware what comes with it, so yeah, that's where I'm at right now. Sorry if I seem to be like rambling or like talking way too fast. It's just like I'm nervous. I'm gonna miss like the scene. And this is my first voiceover, and I'm very excited to be doing it, so that's why I'm kind of nervous. But back to my story. So my first employer and only employer was Delta Sonic. I've been working there since I was 16. I just hit my 4-year mark last month, so yeah, that's where I stand. Everybody knows where I was at. It is the plantation, like seriously, but hey, it pays, right? So, I did graduate. We're kind of like backtracking because like the car story interfered, but of course I graduated from high school, class of 2014. Woo woo! But yeah, I graduated, and now I go to college for business and a minor in accounting. I just finished my minor actually, which is very exciting. But I go to Uville, and I really love it there. It's a really small and private college. It's nothing big or anything that's uncomfortable. So I actually kind of like that better than going to like a university. But yeah, but why? Because if you watched my last video, I am school. Just kidding. I just had so many pens in my purse that I just kept saying that. But that's like the start of going to college and stuff. I realized like what I really wanted to do. I started getting into YouTube like a lot. And I realized like I want to be that person. Like I want to be like inspiring to people. I want people to look up to me, not in like a sacred way, but I want people to like be able to trust me because like all the YouTubers that I watch, I like trust them. Like I watch them faithfully. I like they inspire me because I want to be that. Like I want to work from home. I want to put the effort in. I want to be able to be that person. And like that's really all I've been thinking about lately. So that's all my big dream bubbles. Aren't they so cute? Yeah, I actually wrote stuff in them, but my camera died and I lost the footage, so sorry, I had to cheat it. I'm not gonna lie. But I did recently, like a couple months ago, move into my own little place away from my mom, but she still is my rock, and I always know where home is and my heart is, because that's my mom. So that's an obvious like conclusion. But yeah, that's really all I have. That's my life. It's kind of exciting. I mean, obviously, there's a lot more that happens, and like a lot of people involved, and a lot of people not involved anymore, stuff like that. But I just want to keep it short and simple, tell you kind of the funny stories, the major stories, and I just want to follow my dreams. And wherever that leads me, that's where it's going to lead me. So I just want to say thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you next time. Bye, guys.